Bookmark the page, now we flipping the script, taking a detour. Let the convo drift. Keri and Rich with a mental stretch, talking about whatever, ain't no catch. Deep dives to random flips, brain snacks served with some unscripted tips. It's not the book, but the break's legit. Catching that vibe, just a little side hit. Just a little side hit.
That's it, Uncle Dude. That's
it.
A short one.
That's a short one. Wow,
That's
you didn't put any effort. You didn't put any AI effort into that at all.
Zero AI,
wow.
AI effort. Less than just a effort.
Yeah, it's just a effort. There you go.
I just put an effort in. I just put an effort in, and that's what came out.
Improved less.
Improved less AI. Well, okay, yeah, because I mean, all right, okay, so all right, okay. Here we go. We missed last week. Everything has changed. We decided to take a break from, well, no. I made the executive decision to do a side quest this week because things are happening. Falcro's name has changed to Uncle Dude. And I think, you know what, we're going to start there. Why Uncle Dude? Is it short for doodle or duty?
Nope.
Or doo-doo?
My best friends, they're like family. They're not really friends. But anyway, the people I lived with, they coined a term years ago of best dude because her and I used to date 25, 30 years ago. And now she's married to Chuck and we're all friends. People that know the history think it's weird, but there's really nothing there. So Chuck's her best friend because that's her husband, but I'm her best dude. And from that, when they got the dog Luna that I watch for them when they go out of town, she started calling me Uncle Dude.
Gotcha.
And I had been called Dude in other forms for other reasons in the past. I'm a huge fan of The Big Lebowski. And of course, the reference to the dude in there, and you know, when I let my hair grow, there's an obvious resemblance or similarity, not resemblance. I don't look anything like him, but my hair is about the same.
It's vibes. Vibe.
Yeah.
Can you turn up your mic? Can you turn up your mic a little bit? I don't know if I'm just deaf today or like what the deal is. But if I turn up my side anymore,
let's just say you're deaf. Hang on.
Dumb and stupid. Yeah, but let's turn it up just a hair for me. Because if I turn up my side anymore, I'm just going to hear my...
How about that? How did that come up a little bit?
All the difference.
I turned it up. I turned it up just for you, Keri. Yeah.
All the difference in the world. No, that is great. Like it changed the it changed the the tone too.
Gotcha.
And now I can hear it now.
So now I'm not in the mud anymore.
Or talking from behind a baffle of cotton.
That's fun.
Yeah. Or whatever. Okay, so so Uncle Dude, why did you decide you do have Big Lebowski vibes? I'm gonna give you A+ on Big Lebowski vibes. Why did you go with the DOOD spelling instead of the dude with the DUD?
She decided that actually. She decided this. She just started spelling it that way when she would write it down on a schedule or whatever. Uncle Dude watching she even calls me Uncle Dude when she's talking to the dog. Uncle Dude's coming over this weekend. So it became a term of endearment and something I really much like. Yes. Whereas the Falcro is just a gamer tag. It was something trying to be unique in that whole tag world of gaming, and I just Uncle Dude means something to me.
The Falcro reminds me of Star Trek. So
Mm.
no direct correlation other than the Falcro seems like a ship that would be in Star Trek.
Yeah.
I do like Uncle Dude. I could adopt to the rebrand. I'm enjoying it. I do think Uncle Doodle, Uncle Doodoo.
You know what? I have been everything from Richard Cranium to it doesn't matter what you call me. It really doesn't. I do not think there is a human on Earth that can say something about my general appearance or the way that I am or the goofiness about me that I have not heard already in my life. I would be very surprised because I have worked in the automotive industry with a bunch of goons for 30 years, and they're brutal. They find all your faults and then they talk about them to everybody in front of you because that's the only fun time to do that.
Fair.
Insult someone when everyone is standing there to enjoy the effect.
Uncle Dude. All right. So have you changed your YouTube channel?
I have not changed the name on the YouTube channel. I'm going to talk about it, have it be on the screen, yada, 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 so that people will get used to it before I just change the name on the channel and people are going, who the fuck is that?
Have you
Never
checked
seen
to
that
see if
guy
Uncle
before.
Dude is available on YouTube?
No, I haven't. I have
So
not.
you might end up Uncle Dude 1234.
Something. Yeah. It'll be that. So yeah. So now I gotta go see if the name's available. No, I'm kidding.
I was gonna say we can do that in real time. We can do that real time together as a family.
But anyway, that's the thing. This has meaning in my life. I like it when people call me Uncle Dude. It's like I said, it feels good to me. It's a term of endearment. So.
I like it. Big Lebowski vibes. I'm 100% here for this.
Yep.
Cool. Robbie, our number one fan, are you here for the Uncle Dude? Let us know in the chat because number one fans get all the votes. All right, so we're doing a side quest today. What does that mean? What does that mean when we do side quests? Well, that means we take a break from whatever book we are deep diving into. We take a break from the practices in the book that we're deep diving into, and we just have a little chat about what it means to be human. With all the hiss in the human part. As everybody rips their earbuds out.
I took a shower and everything today. This is awesome timing. Talking about being human.
Talking about being human. I did not.
Yep.
Okay, so here we are. TMI. Good thing we don't have smeller vision. Okay, so Richard Manning would be best in my opinion.
I mean, and he has a point there because it's very easy to find.
We can call you Dick Man. That's
I have been called Dick Man for years. I absolutely have been because of my name.
Dick Man.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's dinner.
Dick Man, the Uncle Dude. I don't know. I'm just being silly. But yes, I actually know why Robbie says that. And if you look up Robbie Stingle anywhere, guess what you find? You find this guy right here. You find Robbie Stingle. And although there are so many Richard Mannings, just do yourself a favor and don't ever research it because it'll be painful. There is a reason that my son's name is Zachary. You are muted.
That was
Keri.
Nice of you.
There you are not muted.
There. No, I did because the dogs in the DoorDash and the dogs in the DoorDash and the thing.
Yeah, it was, and then Sam was coming over to wash the windows again. Sally showed up to do the carpets.
Sometimes I forget to block out time for this show. I'm just saying. Okay, so we covered that. Okay, so we missed last week. We missed last week. This is why we're doing a side quest too, because I wanted to talk about some of the things. Because one of the messages that I got from you, actually, let me just verbatim.
Uh-oh.
I am completely unprepared for tonight.
Oh.
I have not listened to any more of the book. Not an excuse. I should have been listening, but I've been dealing with an experience that is likely related to what we are doing. Okay, so this is what I did some edits. It wasn't verbatim. I left some stuff
I
out.
know it's
because
close
I want
enough.
I want you to be able to, like, I didn't want to disclose all the things, right? But here's what stood out to me. I'm completely unprepared for tonight. I have not listened to any more of the book. Not an excuse. I should have been listening. Full stop. Okay, because that's what. Full stop. Should have been listening. First of all, don't shit on yourself. Everybody out in the chat, no shitting. No shitting all over yourself. Okay,
yes,
don't
yes.
shit yourself. Everything.
I have not shit my pants.
The dog ate my homework, Robbie. Yes,
right,
a little bit of that. But here's the thing. Here's what I really wanted to talk to you about. Is we talk a lot about like growth mindset and learning and always growing and expanding ourselves and living intentionally and doing the things, not letting dingoes eat your baby, whatever. Swallow the frog first, do the hard things, whatever, all the things, right? This is what I want to talk about today, and that is growth mindset versus maintenance mindset. Because we are always talking about this growth mindset here.
The growth mindset, yeah.
You know, we are always trying to expand ourselves. We're always trying to be more and do more. And
True.
Will you reach outside the door, Abby? Perfect. Dealt with. But I think there's something to be said, and I'm calling it maintenance mindset, and this is just conceptual, just because for some reason it rings well in my head. Sometimes all you have to do is maintain. And that, I think, has a lot to do with a couple of things. Number one is like being present in what is going on right now. Sometimes you have to just do the day. You just have to do the day, whatever that means. Mm-hmm. And then there's this like kind of I don't want to call it anti-toxic positivity, but like I think it's really important to live in the moment in the sense of you don't always have to be thinking about how whatever you're experiencing right now is good for you, because sometimes it's just a thing. Yeah. It's a thing and it's hard, and it's better to sit in those emotions and sit in that moment or whatever it is without thinking, what is the lesson that I'm taking away from this right now? Mm-hmm. I think it's really easy to get caught up in this mindset of, what did I learn from this? What does this mean to me? What is this going to mean in the future? What is this? Oh, thank you, Abby. How do I overcome this hardship? How do I move forward from it? And like, just whoa. We don't always have to be in the moment thinking about how it's going to benefit us in the future or how we're going to learn and grow from it. Because sometimes things just suck. Sometimes we just get caught off guard. Sometimes we were ill prepared.
In the writing, we call that embracing the suck. When you go out and you were unprepared for a major downpour of rain, and you are now soaked. That's just, it is what it is. You just got to make it work. You know, that means you're going to be wet for a while, but whatever the case may be. But that's just one example. So I totally understand the concept there.
And so I think just being in the moment, like, it's okay to, like, it is an excuse. And I think excuses are okay. I think they're reasons. They're reasons why we just have to be right here now and not like, I mean, you didn't, you blocked off the time for your ride, right? Because I mean, in relation.
No, it actually was not. I went to run an errand, and then while running the errand, decided a little ride would be nice. And then all hell broke loose 25 minutes later. So
yeah, and so like I think it's okay, A, to make that last minute decision. B, you didn't schedule to have the experience that you had.
Oh, that is absolutely true.
And also, it ended up having quite a big impact on your day, week, etc.
Boy, it had a huge
and I think
impact.
that it's okay that it did that. And I think that it's okay that we went ahead and canceled last week. I was in a little bit of a funk too, and I just was ill prepared. I didn't even have the live up on the schedule. Like, I just, like, I'm doing some extra things, and it's because I have to be here now. And sometimes it's like, it's not, well, I'm working extra hard in order to, feel super productive, in order to be able to, feel good about paying my bills, and like, this is something I've done intentionally. It's just like, nope, this is just what I have to do. It wasn't intentional. It's just about living life. I think when you have health or financial things, sometimes you can't always learn from the experience. Sometimes you just have to do the damn things.
Yeah. And at the
And
time, that's all I could do.
and then as a result of doing the damn things, like, it's mentally and physically exhausting in a lot of ways. And you just have to be like, it's okay. It's not toxic positivity, like, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be stronger from this.
Right.
It's
You're
just
not
like,
staring down
no,
the mouth of the
actually,
T-Rex going, hey, everything's cool. We're going to
yeah.
be fine. Yeah.
And like, maybe tomorrow I'm not gonna be stronger from this. I'm gonna be tired. I'm gonna be tired. I'm gonna be worn out. I'm gonna not be able to do some of the things that I had set out to do at the beginning of this week.
Truth.
And I am just gonna sit in it. And I'm gonna either be angry about it or sad about it. I might come out at the other end feeling regretful of what I was able to do or not do. But I don't need to be, it's fine. This is what the universe had in store for me, and this is what I'm learning from it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to be better off and a stronger
totally
person because of
agree.
it. Because sometimes you have shit happen to you, and you are not a stronger person from it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you are weaker from it.
Yeah.
And you have to rebuild a muscle.
Yep.
Okay? And I think
It
that
fits into the
there's not
same
enough people
categories.
kind of talking about that.
Yeah. It fits into the same categories as my my whole positivity mindset. Sometimes you know why something that seems bad happens but turns out to be something good in the long run. And sometimes you don't. You don't always get to know. Auntie, welcome, my friend. I see you out there.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't get to know. You just don't.
Yeah, you just don't get to know. And you have to just be okay with that because there's absolutely nothing you can do to change it.
Mhm.
You know, in
And
this
being
case,
okay
I did the
sometimes
same
means-
thing with what am I
Sometimes-
learning? I had to let that go.
Sometimes being okay is like, this sucks. Sometimes being okay is being not okay. Abby has brought up something to me, and it's we have this mentality of like, am I sick enough for help? Right? Am I weak enough to ask for help? Am I sick enough to ask for help? Have I endured enough to justify asking for help? Have I endured enough to tell my story and have it mean something to people? Have I endured? And if you've endured anything, it's enough. If you have been born and moved through this life to whatever age you are currently, it's enough. It's enough to ask for help. It's enough to say I'm weak. It's enough to say I don't know what is next. And it's enough to say I'm just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks.
Right.
It's enough. It's enough. All of it is enough. We don't need to somehow be at our death's bed or at our wit's end or on the other side of it. We don't have to be learning something from every shitty thing that's ever happened to us. Like, we might not
Right.
be able to define relationships that we are in, and that's okay. We don't need to be like, well, the lack of definition in this relationship is what is good for me.
Mhm.
Because sometimes lack of definition in a relationship is not good for you. It gets to you. It makes you tired. It keeps you on unstable ground. Sometimes to be or not to be, there is no try or not try, just do. Like,
Just
sometimes you have
do,
to,
yeah.
sometimes you have to shit or get off the pot, and sometimes you have to just try. And
Yeah.
I think trying is okay too, because me implying that you are trying at something means you are doing, but you are unsure that what you're doing is going to create an outcome that is worthy for you.
Any great adventure will tell you the same thing.
Yeah. And so, like, I know that there is, like, what is it? The Yoda. It's Yoda that says there is no try, there is only do or not do. And it's like, well, but you can do all day long and not garner any results.
Yeah.
And that is trying.
Mhm.
And then you try something else if it does not
Yeah,
garner your
absolutely.
result.
When I was trying to
And
pick
so-
that bike up against the hill, I was getting nothing. Putting out a lot of effort. I was trying hard, but it was absolute fail. There was
And how much
no
do we beat
success
ourselves
at all.
up? How much do we beat ourselves up when we do and nothing comes of it, which is why we need a different term, which is why try is absolutely allowable. It's absolutely allowable. Sometimes we just have to try something. To do or not to do means that you are doing something being sure of the outcome.
You might want to write that one down. That's pretty fucking good.
Are you implying that you are trying?
And then, if you know, the letters, the acronym underneath of it. Yeah. That is hilarious.
What's the acronym? What did I miss?
You didn't miss anything, I don't think.
I didn't miss anything. Oh, you said there was an acronym.
No, if you know. The acronym for that underneath of this phrase. Because this is what is the definition of trying, so that makes it more universal.
Are you implying that you are trying?
Own.
Yes, I am implying that I am trying.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I see it now.
Thank you,
okay.
Auntie.
No, I'm on
Auntie.
StreamYard. Okay, so anyway, okay. Here's a chat summary for those of you who are coming in late. This is what we are. Sometimes nothing is a pretty cool hand.
Oh my God, that's
Robbie,
awesome.
that's
And I haven't
that.
actually smoked today yet, Robbie. So I am not on the pot. This is
Richard might.
you're gonna see
Oh,
me
I was
sober.
thinking like pot, like.
Oh no, not that pot.
That is a double entendre there.
It is.
Excellent.
It is,
I-
and
all
it's
this-
actually
Robbie,
apropos as well.
Chef's
Anyway.
kiss on this chat summary. Thank you. Chef's kiss on the chat summary.
What I had to
Very good.
realize through this was that I did learn. There were lessons to be learned. The problem with it was I tried to learn them in the moment while I was there, sitting on the side of the road, 88 degrees, trying to lift up my bike up the hill and worn out, and I absolutely destroyed myself physically, not mentally. I was fine, but physically just absolutely destroyed myself trying. What I should have done when I made the very first simple mistake, which was just not having enough power on the rear wheel and the bike fell over, I should have picked up my phone and said, "Hey, Angela, grab Chuck. Come on, I need some help." That's the bottom line of what I should have done. That would have solved everything. But beyond that, and I couldn't think of it in the time, I left with no water. I left with no medication. I left with nothing to help me, and no tools, not even a jump pack, which I have 3 of. So
Right.
I made a number of poor decisions. Now at the time, did it seem like a poor decision? No, I'd just gone out and gotten some stuff from the store. I was just going to go out Gales Creek Road about 20 minutes and come back home. It was great, yada, da, 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 beautiful sunny day. But I won't ever have that thought again without remembering what happened, because that's the lesson learned for me. It's not all the things I'm going to do and the things I'm going to say, but that when I have an instance, whether it's on my bike or not, to just do something random, I might want to consider possible consequences for that as well. But this is all done after the fact. This is a week later, now that I've spent days recovering, and I basically lost this whole week. I was able to go help my friend move stuff around at his house this week, so that he could get some stuff ready for the winter. But that was the first thing I've really been able to do. I did not wash my dishes for a week.
Okay, so I want to back you up just a little bit. You said that in the moment you were trying to figure out the lessons.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go a little deeper into what that looks like? Because I think sometimes that's useful. Because you said it took you a whole week to recover, and now you kind of understand like how you can quote unquote learn from this experience and what you can do differently to prevent it. But like bad shit happens no matter how much you do differently.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter what you do. There's something will something will happen.
You can only sync to certain levels of training, even if you have the like. I mean, that's one of the mantras that I love so much is we don't rise to the occasion. We sync to the level of our training. However, even having trained, that can fail too. But can you walk me through just a little bit of like what were the thoughts that you were running through, that the lessons you were trying to teach yourself?
Lessons of trying to. In some ways, they're not. They're physical lessons. Like I was thinking, well, it would have been a good thing to have something lift, a strap, a rope, a string in my bags. There's really nothing in there. No reason I couldn't just leave that in there, like, literally year round. And that might help me in a situation like that. It probably wouldn't have helped me lift up the bike, but maybe I wouldn't have had to spend 90 degrees to do that. And so, but I'm thinking this at the time, in the middle of trying to do everything. I'm trying to
You were shitting on yourself.
Yes.
You were shitting on yourself.
Absolutely.
I should have brought water. I should have brought my medications. I should have brought a strap. I shoulda.
Yeah.
Instead
Then this is while it's on the side of the road, my bike's laying down. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do.
When really the biggest power that you had in that moment would have been to call a friend, phone a friend.
Help. Ask for that help. Before I really needed it, because at that point, I just needed some help picking up the bike. Nothing else was bad. They'd have been there in 35 or 40 minutes, and we'd have picked up the bike. And if I didn't feel like riding, Chuck could have ridden it home. It was literally 20 minutes from my house. So
right, but you did end up having somebody help you pick up the bike, and then you were just bing bang on your way, right? Oh, no problems.
No.
Yeah.
That's not how that happened. So I actually got the bike turned so that it was pointing less in the direction of uphill, and I was able to lift it up. And about that time, somebody pulled up. He said, "Hey, do you need some help?" I'm feeling pretty tired. "Yes, I need some help." We took the brake off, put it in neutral. He said, "Hop on." I said, no, it's all right. We just need to get it turned around, and then I'll just throw my gear on, and I'll just roll down the hill. It'll be there. So his girlfriend gave me his girlfriend gave me a water. I said, "Thank you all so much." This whole time I'm standing there holding my bike with my hand on the brake. Now they're gone. And I realize I got no way to step over the bike and get on it because I'm literally holding it from rolling downhill. I don't dare lean the bike. I'm weak by this point. So I ended up having to lean it up against the guardrail and let it sit there. And by that time, I was done. I was overheated and starting to feel sick. Yeah, brother. Yes, indeed. Hello. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Oh, and Allie's here too. But it was lesson learned in hindsight. I didn't learn shit at the time, and that was wasted effort. That's another thing that I learned from this. In a moment, I should just sit down, lean up against the bike, and go, what now?
Or maybe when somebody offers you help, take all the help they offer.
Yeah. Like I said, but those lessons were not properly thought out, fleshed out, and ready to be presented to me or anybody else for days.
What you really probably should have done is, I am not physically capable of this right now. I am tired. This sucks. Was where you really should have just stayed instead of next time I'm gonna, oh, this is fine. I've got this. Thank you for the small amount of help. Moving on. I'm gonna recover. I'm gonna learn from this. I'm gonna do something different next time. But it's like, what are you gonna do?
Which is ultimately exactly what happened.
Right now. What are you gonna do right now? Right now. What can you do right now? And that's the problem with shitting on yourself, is you miss the opportunities you have to be here now.
I didn't assess my situation. I was lamenting about what I didn't do.
Yeah, and you didn't ask for the help you needed. And I think that is something that I am constantly learning, and not just to put this about you, but it is something that I'm constantly learning, is doing what you can, but then asking for the help you need when you need it in appropriate timing. Inappropriate, because sometimes the moment passes, and now you need more help because you didn't ask for it initially.
Right.
And I think that is something that is really hard for everybody, because I think, especially looking at the people that we have in the chat, I'm going to go ahead and just guess that we might be the type of people who are like, I've got this. And we may be the type of people who have experienced weakness in our life, and we do not like showing that, because it has come back to bite us in one way or another. And I think that there is more good in this world and more people here to help us than we give them credit for. And really, by not asking for the help, we're doing the people who love us a disservice. We're doing strangers who want to help and feel good about helping a disservice. It's not even the people that we just know.
Yeah.
You know, it's the people that we come across who are here to serve and inspire us. Who maybe needed Anti-distracting comments. Who maybe needed that moment to feel like they've done something for somebody because maybe they feel useless.
Right.
And giving them the opportunity to feel useful is the best thing we can do in asking for help. I don't know what that means, Auntie.
No worries. I'm going to turn off my
Smokes like
camera
she has
for
her
a
foot
minute.
on Miss Piggy's head on the floor. Listen. Just makes me want to light up again, motherfucker.
Well, I mean, that's just a side note to the story more than anything, Robbie. This is my bike laying on the ground from where I was sitting in the shade. This is when I had figured out I needed. You can't tell the hill here. It looks flat. It's not.
It doesn't look flat, but okay.
Yeah, the camera lies. It is not even close to flat here. It's probably somewhere around a 4 or 5 degree hill. It's decent slope.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, and I needed to get out of the sun and take a break, and this is just before the guy came up to help me. I had gotten the bike far enough I could get it up onto its tires again, but then I was pointed off into these trees and bushes over here. I wasn't pointed into the road anymore. So yeah. But the damage on the bike did not come from the fall. That was not, the damage came from leaning it up against the guardrail. And that is when I got this scratch. That is where the passenger side of the bike leaned up against the metal, and then the bike kind of slid down against my foot because I couldn't hold the brake and lean the bike over at the same time. Mm-hmm. And the foot brake is on the inside of the bike, the side I'm not on. Yeah. And you might say, well, why didn't you just put it on the kickstand? Have you ever tried to put a motorcycle on a kickstand while it's facing downhill?
It just
on
pulls the
a
kickstand
5
back
degree,
up.
it just pulls the kickstand back up and the bike falls over. Yep. So, but what Robbie's referring to is we can skip a lot of stuff that happened. Second time I took a break, I literally took off clothing, boots. I was laying on the side of the road on top of my t-shirt, face down in the dusty dirt. And while I was laying there for I don't know how long, just concentrating on breathing in and out, about 3 people came by. I never lost consciousness, but I was too weak to even look up and see. And I don't understand. This is the thing about other people that stands out to me the most here. How do you see a guy laying on the side of we're not talking about a park. This is literally the shoulder of the road, face down, with his boots off and sitting next to him, and not say, hey, you all right? That blows me away.
What did you say to the person who did ask you that?
I said, I am actually, by the time that person stopped, I was feeling much better. I was actually about to start getting back up and putting things back together. And the nice lady stopped. She pulled over. She was getting out of her car and everything. By the time I lifted my head up, I said, oh, no, I'm fine. I stood up, and I'm sure I looked like some kind of weird serial killer with, roadside dust all over my sweaty body, because I was very close to heat stroke by that point. I know I was very close to heat stroke.
And you still could have called a friend. You still could have phoned a friend.
Oh yeah, like I said, but these are things. By this point, I'm not even thinking about what I should have done anymore. Now I'm just trying to focus on surviving to get back home. I'm in total survival mode at this point. Yeah. And I did ultimately get down to the bike, get the brake set, get on my leg over it, roll down and get it started and get it home. But wow, what an experience. Yeah. And it's not even the things that I learned from it that is the most important thing to me. The most important thing to me is that I did not beat myself up through this process. I didn't tell myself how stupid. I told myself I made mistakes as I was thinking about this and going through the events. But I wasn't, well, you stupid motherfucker. What the hell?
Yeah,
if you'd have just you're a dumb.
That's the difference between staying present.
Yeah.
And like really shitting all over yourself. Is like, I made mistakes and it's fine, and now I'm just dealing with it, and it's hard.
Yep.
And I don't like how this feels. I don't like feeling helpless. I don't like the feeling of somebody
That is
calling
100%
medevac
true.
for me. I don't like or feeling like maybe I'm either a danger. There's a good chance that people drove past you because you were like giving off dangerous dude vibes, right?
It's entirely possible. I don't know what it looked like with me laying face down in the dirt with my
I'm
boots
actually
and
surprised
shirt
that
off.
one of those people didn't just call an ambulance for you without stopping. Like, there's a guy.
Yeah.
There is a guy.
I myself would have absolutely done that one thing. Even if I didn't feel comfortable getting out and doing something, I would have called and said, hey, there's a dude laying on the side of the road on Davis Hill.
I'm not sure if he's dead.
Not sure what's going on with him, but there's a bike against a guardrail. I mean, all the evidence was there that something had potentially gone wrong for somebody.
Yeah.
But and I don't fault them for not stopping, but
I'm really surprised that you didn't have a trooper or a sheriff or an ambulance just show up.
Yeah.
On the bright side, as Robbie says, they did not run you over.
This is true. This is true. Of course, if they were on this particular stretch of road, if they were in danger of running me over, they're probably about to go off of the road and down the 40 to 60 foot ditch. That's there. It goes down in the holla. But so they got bigger problems than just hitting the fat guy on the side.
At the end of the day, like, I think it's okay for there not to be like a bright side to your experience too. And I think
that was satire. That was all sarcasm.
Well, and I'm just saying, like, back to the toxic positivity thing. Like, sometimes there just isn't a bright side. Sometimes
there isn't a bright side.
Happens fucking to you.
Yeah. My chest is still sore from trying to lift the bike. I still have issue here. Hips finally healed up, and the rest of me is pretty much okay, but I have a very, very sore spot on my breastbone, and it's from trying to lift up the bike. I don't know if or when that's going to heal. I might just have a painful spot there now because I'm 61.
Sometimes bad things happen to good people for no good reason, and I think we forget that. And I think that especially if we come across somebody who is suffering some sort of hardship, whether it's a mental hardship or a physical hardship or whatever it is, we have this urge to comfort them by saying things like, it's going to be fine. Think about how much stronger you'll be on the other side of it. And I think that sometimes that's the last fucking thing they need to hear. Sometimes it's just like, yeah, this is terrible.
In that situation, I would 100% agree. I would rather somebody tell me, look, bro, you're about to die. We got to do some shit.
Yeah. Like, this is not okay.
Yeah.
This is not okay.
I'm just doing a worst case scenario. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know you don't I know you say you don't need help, but there's a good chance you don't know what you need right now.
Yep.
I think sometimes too, asking.
I hadn't thought of that angle. That's a very good point as well.
Well, I know that people, after my dad died, they would say to me, like, just, tell me, what can I do to help you feel better? It's like, I don't fucking know. I've never fucking experienced. Don't ask me what I need to help. Just do something that is helpful. Just do something that is helpful.
Yeah, just do something helpful.
Unlike Auntie's comments, which are not helpful for our focus.
This man, you have a beautiful mind, Auntie. You have a beautiful mind.
Right side art, his nipples are raspberries from.
Anyway, sorry. We need comic relief sometime. That is okay. Thank you for interjecting.
I'm here for it. But I mean, I think just knowing that. Let's see. Robbie's saying something here. I got distracted by it. It says, sometimes there are great cases of overcoming diversity. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and in my own way, I overcame it, but I could have done better things. And coming out of it, not beating myself up is the biggest success, because in the past, that's all I would have done was tell myself how stupid, dumb, worthless, blah, 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 blah. I got a lot of shit that I call myself. Nobody should ever go up here, not even me. But I gotta.
But we do.
So
we got to. Because we got to work on ourselves before we can be of any value to anybody else, really. In some
Imagine what this could have been like for me before, with not treating my depression, not looking at any kind of thing that was looking like something I wanted to change in my life. And I could have been in a bad spot. Not just physically, but mentally as well.
Yes, I have seen Kill Bill, but only parts of it and only once. It's just not my vibe.
Yeah, it wasn't my thing either. I've seen bits and pieces. I've never seen the whole movie.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah, not my thing.
I'm not revenge driven. It's not my thing. And not like brutal revenge. But my taste in movies aside, yeah, I mean that was really what I wanted to look at. We could talk about all the things you could have learned from that experience, but also like you could have died, and that sucks.
Oh, absolutely.
And
I was in much more danger than I realized at the time. My brain was not clicking like it should be. I was too tired, too overwhelmed, and blah, blah, blah. But I don't know how, and I'm not worrying about how to fix that either.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I don't know what the answer is for that, but I'm willing to just hang out here in the world and figure it out.
I think we need to remember too that when we are in danger, whether that's mental health danger, whether that's real physical danger, we're not always the ones to see it, which is why it's real important to be real present.
Mm-hmm.
And allow the suck to happen, allow the feelings to happen, allow the helplessness, hopelessness, and shame of whatever we're dealing with here now.
Right.
Be okay without having to think our way or solution our way out of it, or coulda, woulda, shoulda our way out of it. It is very important for us to be like, oh wait, I need help. I don't know what that help is, and I'm really upset about needing this help.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the realer we can be like that in our mental and physical states, the more we can be able to allocate what the next step is.
Mm-hmm. Could this happen to me again? Absolutely. Will I make the same decisions and choices? Absolutely not.
Yeah, you'll take the steps to try to prevent it, however.
Oh, absolutely.
If it's unpreventable and you find yourself in that situation again, you will ask for help faster. You will get the medevac. You will do the thing that you need to do.
Whatever the thing is that I need.
Because what are the drawbacks? You get put on IV.
Right.
You have a hospital bill. But you live to
Don't
tell
want either one of those.
No, you don't.
I prefer to drink my water. Hydrate, folks. It's important.
Fuck that. Also, you know how I feel about
Fuck
water.
water.
Listen, if the Russians take away our water supplies, my body's going to be prepared about it.
Don't you live near Coeur d'Alene, for Christ's sake? You know how much water's in that lake?
You can't drink that shit.
Not right out of the lake, but give me that straw thing and I'm down.
I'm down, but here's the deal. I'm going to need so much less than the rest of you motherfuckers that are drinking a gallon a day. My body's going to be like, I'm fine. Your body's going to be like, we're dying. We need more water. And I'm going to be like, it's cool.
Right.
I'll drink some next week. I'm like a camel. I'm prepared for that shit. Yeah, side effects, death. And I think that even like not physical death, sometimes like side effect is a certain sort of mental death by not taking care of that shit.
Yeah. Antihydrate.
I am antihydrate. That's my fucking story. I'm sticking to it. To it.
It's all good.
There is water in Red Bull. There's water in coffee. It's gonna be fine.
I see. As a matter of fact, coffee is probably 85% water, most cases.
Yes. But then you subtract 45% on its dehydrating properties, so you know.
Right. Plus, minus. Who needs math? Let's drink coffee.
Fuck water. Drink coffee.
I drink plenty of that too. Oh my goodness. I think
we're already at 45 minutes, but I think that this was an important side quest, and it's like I said, it's not just about Richard's experience. I just wanted to make it relatable in a way of like, don't always get yourself into situations in which you're like, I need to learn from this.
Yes.
Because sometimes your brain will trick you, especially if you're in this always must be growing sort of mindset, as opposed to how can I just stay alive through this?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be problem solving in a different way. And sometimes that problem solving does not get you out of the immediate danger that you are in, whether it is an immediate physical danger, immediate financial danger, immediate mental danger, immediate just unsafe situations. And those unsafe situations are physical or mental or financial or whatever.
They can come from an outside influence, such as a friend or family member that's taken ill or has had some,
as a woman, what about like being
catastrophe.
attacked? Like you cannot in those moments you just have to deal with the danger. You have to deal with the danger. And that is I think that is really important. And that danger is not always because of something you did. Okay, that's the other thing. It's not danger because of something you did.
Right.
Sometimes danger just happens to you. You didn't do anything wrong. You don't deserve the danger. You don't deserve the unsafeness. You don't need to
because the lion turned right on the plains and you were walking to the left towards him. That doesn't mean that you made a mistake by turning left. It was unfortunate, but that's not a mistake.
Yeah. Life happens to us as well. You can manifest all the shit you want, and then sometimes you just hit a wall, and that's okay.
And through this has been just manifesting me allowing myself to survive through it, to make it through it, to let my body heal, not push myself to do more stuff. Like just saying to myself in my OCD, fuck the dishes. You don't need to stand there and do that half bent over thing, washing your dishes. That's not going to be good for any of the parts of your body that you're trying to let heal. And I lived in that. So it's great going through those kinds of things. It doesn't have to be falling off your bike on David Hill Road. It can be any circumstance in your life, and allowing yourself to be okay and learn whenever you learn or don't.
Sometimes we're just victims.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're just victims. Maybe it wasn't about you doing something wrong at the outset to lay your bike over. Maybe it was just loose gravel. Maybe it was just loose gravel.
Right.
And shit
I know
happened.
it wasn't, but I can go for that kind of thing because that I have found loose gravel and gone down because of that. So the stuff can happen as long as it's not. I just had to lay her down. No. If I'd have looked through the corner and examined the road better, I'd have seen that gravel there, and I wouldn't have slipped in it. And
It's just a way of I should have seen. You know that, right?
Exactly.
Like going to Ida, you're just not saying the word, but the implication is there, sir.
Yeah.
So knock that shit off. It happened. And I think that
my example wasn't the self-blame. My example was the way your thought process works.
Yeah.
Often.
Well, and we all we're really good at not blaming victims outside of us. I'd like to think us and the people in the chat. We're not going to blame the girl for what she wore in order to get attacked, right? We're not going to do that. But I think we forget that we are also that person. And we forget that we don't need to blame ourselves for the predicaments that happen to us.
And that's, like I've said, that's the biggest positive out of this whole thing for me. Is that I did not go down that road in this case.
Yeah.
And beat myself
but you also,
up for days and hours.
I'm going to, growth aside, you could have asked for help.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said at the very beginning of this conversation, the number one thing when that bike went down is I should have picked up my phone and said, hey, Well, I need some help picking this thing up. At least I'd have had somebody on the way, even if I figured out how to get it picked up before they got there. You know, it's just so, yeah.
Yeah. And somebody that you would have trusted enough to help you onto the bike, help ride the bike home.
Yeah.
Better help than help from strangers is nice, but help from people you trust is better.
Right. And then when that guy stopped, I could have said, nah, my friends are already on their way. They'd probably be here in about 15 minutes.
And your friends would have been like, fuck this, Richard. No.
Yep. Almost did when I called them the first time. They asked me if I was okay. And I said, no, I'm fine. I don't need help. I'm gonna be good. Told my friend I was getting ready to go. When I got off the phone with him, I was gonna go jump on the bike and I'd be home in about 20 minutes. That's before I laid down on the ground for however long I laid there, letting my body recover from what I'd done to it.
Mm-hmm.
And he had actually texted me. It'd been long enough that he texted me, hey, are you home yet? Because I'm 20 minutes from my house. I don't know how long it'd been, but it was longer than it should have been for me to get home, or he wouldn't have sent me that message. So it's just one of those things. And I just didn't beat myself up about it, even though I could have. And
also, I honestly think you should beat yourself up a little bit for not asking for help. That's the lesson being learned. But you got to understand, when I say beat myself up, I'm not talking about a little bit of self-admonishment. Hey, man, you got to not do that. The script that happens up here, it's well practiced in verse and has been done for a million times over my life. So if I stay away from that road, that's all the better. Yeah, you're not a piece of shit. You just could have made different decisions.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And in that situation in the future, I will.
Good. I'm glad we all learned. We all learned from Richard's mistake, right, chat? We all learned.
And I took a shower. I mean, how cool is that?
I did not. How cool is that?
I think Keri likes telling us she didn't take a shower. That's kind of weird.
It is weird. It's a lot of effort. It feels like some days. Today's just like a nap day. I just here for the naps.
That's okay. This is a good topic. I've enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah, we're at 52 minutes, and I think that what's the takeaway? Be present in the suck. Be present in the suck. Know that it's usually maybe not usually. Really analyze whether or not the suck is something you can fix or whether it's just a suck.
Yep.
Know your resources, i.e. other humans to help you through the suck.
Agreed.
Really know those people. Know the right resource for the right suck, right? I think that's about the only thing that we can really train for when we're embracing the suck, so to speak. When we're not being like, I'm going to learn this lesson. I'm going to be stronger on the other side of this. Like, nope.
And the funny thing is as adults, we all do this in our business life daily.
Yeah.
We, as auto parts, I bought parts from O'Reilly's and Comp Specialties and places that I don't sell their parts normally, but somebody needed a part and they needed me to get it, so I did. And those kinds of solutions we use in our work lives, but then we don't use them in our personal lives.
Yeah.
We don't reach out for the resources that we have at hand, just like I didn't that day.
Well, and I think, you said that. That reminds me, hopefully it won't be too long of a tangent, but the sous chef where I work, he was like, I can do that on Tuesday when you're not here. You don't have to stay late and do that now. And I was just like, but and then I had to tell myself, I'm like, yeah, he can. He was here first. He's done that prep. I need to get over my ego of like, I'm going to do it all. And remember that other people have skill sets too. And that I'm doing them a disservice by trying to do it all the time. And that comes right back around to, if somebody wants to help you, let them have that feel-good moment of helping somebody. Because remember how good it feels when you help others.
Right.
And if you refuse their help, all you're doing is making it so they're less likely to offer it to the next person if they come across.
Good point.
So let that sink in. We can pull up the outro now. I think that was a fast hour, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Zipped right by.
I appreciate
always appreciate this.
I appreciate all of you, even the lurkers out there. I see you. I can see the numbers. They're lurkers.
Yep.
I see you. I appreciate you guys for coming and lurking as well. I did invite some people specifically to this show because I wanted them to see it. I'd be curious to see if they came and lurked or not. They read the text. They were out there.
But we gotta go. Voices faded with the moon's call. Laughter echoed down the hall.
I'm gonna say have a good night, you guys. Love you all. We're here to help. Great to suck and all the things.
My friends, this chatter's come to an end. Till we gather again and again. Let these moments extend. In the quiet, hear the clock tick tock. Words won't stop, but we'll walk the walk. Dream a little till the next talk. Out of time, let's unlock. Turn the volume down low, my friends. This chatter's come to an end. Till we gather again and again. Let these moments extend. In the quiet, hear the clock tick tock. Words won't stop, but we'll walk the walk. Dream a little till the next talk. Out of time, let's unlock. Turn the volume down low, my friends. This chatter's come to an end. Till we gather again and again. Let these moments extend. With open minds, now we drift on the book of fine. Page by page until we bind sweet goodbyes. Let's unwind.